like 3 of them.
Everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah, I don't think having a kid.
I wanted a Maserati at one point. Then I did a little research. Whoa, what kind of?
And
thing
you
are
said,
talking about?
"Whoa, hold on. I think I'll go with the boat."
The boat was fine. First of all, the tax savings on that boat are not to be sneezed at. Half my income tax was not. You save half your income tax. It's a Florida address. I got a Florida address that costs $25,000, maybe $30,000, something like that. I didn't have to pay half my income tax for.
So you were saving money.
I didn't. I was saving money. In the end,
Well,
I probably cost me a few $1,000
without buying a boat.
It wasn't tax fraud.
Oh, I'm sorry. How many weeks a year did you live in this boat?
There was a minimum, according to the accountant, that I had to be down there. As far as anyone in the world knows, I was, and there's no way to prove either way.
Kyle's literally spending 28 weeks a year shivering in a boat.
All right, so that boat had a bathroom, it had a kitchen, it had a couch area, it had a real toilet. That was a decent.
Did it have a
boat.
heater? No. Did they have air conditioner? No.
Yeah, it had AC. It had like a window blowy thing on the side, I think.
Okay. Oh, wait. Did it cool the air or just move it?
I don't remember. It's been a while. But
he didn't actually spend any time in it.
Air conditioners are not common on boats. It's not a never, but
dozens of hours were spent on that boat, Taylor. I'll have you know.
Dozens of weeks.
That boat was a good financial decision. It just didn't turn out to. I just didn't have enough fun on it to equate to. I probably lost $3,000 on the fucking boat. It's not a big deal. But and I had a boat.
You were telling girls like, "Hey, I've got a boat." She's like, "You want to go use it?" And you're like, "Oh, okay, no,
dude."
No.
I'm positive the lost $3,000 accounting is more creative than whatever fucking tax break he pretended to be qualified for.
All right, so I bought the boat.
How
for
much
like
was the
20...
slip fee?
It's free if you lie.
It was several $100s. It was hundreds of dollars a year. It wasn't cheap. So that added up for a couple years. And then the boat itself was like, I really don't remember exactly, but say 25. And then I think I sold it for like low 20s. So, but then again, I didn't have to pay state income tax for multiple years, which added up pretty nicely. That boat was fine. What I'm getting at here, don't try to fucking muddy the water here. Try to obfuscate.
No, I'm thinking if we need to remove this.
It's perfectly legal. Perfectly legal. I was there. I spent 6 months of the year. I was living on that boat. Why would I
remember?
In Florida.
I'm your witness.
All those PKAs you were.
I wasn't on video during those PKAs. You have no way of knowing.
Oh, that's why you were the shark, because you were paying homage to the boat. Of course, this gels.
Yes, it was.
Kyle, man, what'd
you steal?
All kind of stuff, whatever. I feel that 9-volt batteries are extremely overpriced, and I refuse to pay for them.
You should pay for every fifth one and bring the price into alignment.
I've never paid for a 9-volt battery. And I
You're a wealthy man.
And I refuse to pay. I refuse to pay for 9-volt batteries.
He steals out of principle, Taylor. Principle.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can.
I'm not paying
them.
that much for a 9-volt. It's not honorable.
That's right.
That's fucking Jon Snow.
Now my watch begins. You will not see me sticking these 9-volts in my pocket, and if you do, I'll just say I had them on me when I came in. I mean, I carry 9-volts with me just in case. All right. Now that you've called me out on it, Mr. Walmart manager, my fetish is fucking sticking this thing on my tongue. I like it a lot. It gets me off. See, I'm hard as a rock. I play paintball, and the hopper on a paintball gun uses, or at least the ones I used to use, always use these 9-volt batteries, and so I'd need like 4 every day. It would take like 2 at a time, and I'd need to make sure the thing was running well. I'd need to change it out near the end of the day, and 4 9-volt batteries was like $22 or something stupid like that. Like if you get the best ones, and I was like, fuck that shit, I'm not paying it, and I've held that belief and that principle and the practice of stealing them until this very day. I don't pay for 9-volt batteries. They're fix your prices, Energizer. Fix them, because I'm not paying it.
What other kind of shit would you steal?
Stole a pair of shoes once. I just tried them on. I walked out. Left my shoes in the box.
So you didn't
You know?
steal
Piece
them,
of
you just
shit.
traded.
I traded them. I left.
Yeah.
I left
That's
my
that
old shoes.
It's called that old Andy Dufresne, man. I don't know if you remember that Shawshank Redemption, where he put his shitty shoes in the box and he walked away with the shiny one. My
And
God.
the funny
I
thing is,
left that Walmart in fresher kicks than he ever imagined.
no one ever looked at Andy Dufresne's feet. Yeah, nobody. No, I walked in and I had these scuffed up like dress shoes, like work shoes, and I was on my lunch break and I was like, I'd like a new pair of dress shoes, and I found a pair I really liked, and I had already like I had emotionally purchased them, and I saw there was like $145, and I was just
Did
like,
you say you had emotionally purchased them?
yeah, I'd be like, this is my new pair of shoes. This is much nicer. I like the heel. I like how these look. These feel really nice. They got a little nice like insole, like they get a squish to them. I like the sort of square toe or whatever they got going on. I like the stitching. I've emotionally purchased them. Yeah. You calling me out on my phrase? What's your problem?
No, I was just saying emotional purchasing is like
It's a
it's
euphemism
just saying
for
I
how
like
you
this.
use-
I've bonded with those shoes. I've already decided this is my new footwear.
No, you're right. I was being pedantic.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were.
little
And
flippant.
I had decided flippant and pedantic. And I had decided this is my new pair of shoes. And I saw they were $145, and I was like, well, shit, I already got the motherfuckers on.
That's terrible logic.
Let's just I'm not gonna unlace them, because I was gonna wear them out of the store anyway. That was I was
that'd
gonna
be
like wear them out of
inconvenient.
the store. I had already put my old ones in the box, but the plan was to carry the box and be like, I'm wearing these out. I got them all, my old pairs in here, but I was just like, I'll just put this shit back on the shelf, and so I did, and they were free that day. They had a sale going on for anybody who was just walking out wearing shoes.
I don't know if I'd call it stealing. How much were you paid in college, Arian, for playing football?
Came into a desk or something. Did you ever properly vandalize something?
Are you thinking of something, Kyle?
Oh, I got some good ones. Yeah.
I want to hear Kyle's
Why
now.
don't you take over while I think?
All right, so I was in a certain state on a certain night, and the hotel had a big ass fountain out front. So we went to Walmart and got like a ton of Mr. Bubble, and we poured it into the fountain and destroyed the inner workings of the fountain. Like the motor filter system was ruined for thousands of dollars. But that night, it was really cool. There were so many bubbles. It looked like something from a movie. It made so much bubbles. And then another time when I was 17 or 18, maybe just had turned 18 on spring break, or maybe a senior trip. Same difference, really, though. Me and my buddy threw a that thing when you go to a hotel and they put your luggage on it, the bellhop pushes it.
Yeah.
Those are very heavy. So we threw that off like the 14th floor, and at the bottom
Holy
they had
shit.
it was one of those hotels that's shaped like the letter O, and so in the middle there's a hollow spot. So and there's you can all look down through the balconies all the way to the bottom. And in the bottom of the O, there was like a courtyard with these concrete benches where people, like a patio type thing. The thing hit that, and it all exploded. Like not with fireballs, but with just shrapnel flying everywhere. And so we destroyed the luggage cart and the concrete patio set down below. And I think they valued it at like $3,000 because my buddy, he took the full rap, and his dad drove all the way from Northeast Georgia to Panama City, Florida, and picked his ass up in the middle of the trip and drove him all the way back home without speaking a word to him, he said.
How old are we talking here, by the way?
18.
Okay.
18. The hotel had him taking out the garbage and like working for them, doing like slave jobs to start earning the money back. And so I just remember we were all, me and the two girls, like my girl and his girl, were going to get them tattoos. They were getting like one of them was getting like a dolphin on her ass or something, and he was taking the garbage out. He was like carrying big bags of garbage and like throwing them in the dumpster, and we were like, they got you taking the garbage out, huh? He's like, yeah, they're paying me $8 an hour that goes against the money I owe. A year later, he was still paying that off because his parents wouldn't help him. He was just having to, I think they paid it, but then he owed them, and he was still like working that money off.
Good Lord.
Worst thing I ever vandalized.
See how we got caught with the luggage rack thing. because
Okay.
like there was no way to know that we threw the luggage cart off, but except that the same night we had been throwing empty liquor bottles off our balcony down to the pool below, and they had just smashed everywhere down there.
Oh no.
So they were responding to that, and Boone took the rap. It was all good.
Mm.
We were talking about things we vandalized.
We vandalized.
Highest dollar amounts. I ruined a fountain at a Holiday Inn one time, and I also we filled it up with Mr. Bubble, and then I also
Well, that's not ruined. That's they can fix it.
the next day at breakfast, like we got word.
Yeah, it's
that
ruined.
Someone ruined the pump and filter system. Like it ruined it.
Oh
They
no.
said there were. I think we spoke to the workers who were fixing it. We were like, "Hey, what are you doing?
What happened here?
What happened?" And they're like,
You're all sudsy. Your hands
they like shampoo hair. Like, what happened?
What could it be?
So I don't have
I mean, we had a
anything
big-
anywhere near that expensive. I just asked the question. I thought it was going to be tiny little things. You guys fucking knocked it out of the park with that question.
Yeah.
I think
My cousin's like it's stupid. My cousin's stepdad my cousin's step grandpa, however the fuck that all works. Someone the family was somewhat close with, or at least
Are
he
you
was.
even related? A
No, not me.
cousin's
I'm not.
step-grandpa?
I'm not. No.
That's just a guy.
It's just a guy. But my cousin was there. That's why it's
Okay.
relevant. So he's like, Paul runs a tomato stand, and they've got like a bushel of rotten tomatoes. We can just go get them. And I'm like, well, let's go get them. And so we had like a 5-gallon bucket full of. They weren't rotten, like so gross you wouldn't touch them. They were just soft. And so like we went around hitting houses with them. Instead of egging houses, we matered them.
Yeah.
And of course, the whole time we're like doing our like Larry the Cable Guy voice is talking about matering houses and just tickling each other to death. Like, I'm gonna mater that house real good. Oh yeah, I'm gonna mater it up too. And like the three of us, like we were actually matering people's houses we knew because that seemed less like diabolical. So
Sure.
it would be like, oh, we're gonna go
It's
get
like
Ron.
TPing, you know. You're not just
That's
picking
how
a
we
random
saw it.
house.
The guy lived in a trailer though, so a mater hitting the side of that trailer, I could throw, boom, 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 and you time it so that all three of you start. You're like 1, 2, 3, now, and then you start heaving your armful of maters as fast as you can. 3 men honking maters, you can get 30 down range in like 12 seconds,
Yeah.
and then it's a sprint to the car. We also did this thing where I would go to the fireworks store in South Carolina because Georgia didn't sell fireworks back then. And I get one of those rolls of firecrackers. You know, it's they're rolled up in sort
Yeah.
of a
shitty ones.
like a tuna can looking shape. And you know, 400 thing of firecrackers would be like $11 or something, maybe less.
The ones that looked like a bandolier.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I would leave them rolled up, and there was this kid that I had beef with, and I put it on his doorstep of his parents' house, and then I took a cigarette and I and then pinched the cigarette off of the butt and then stuck that onto the fuse. So the cigarette was going to burn down and make an extra long fuse, and then sprinting out of his yard down the road. Cause we've parked like 1/8 of a mile away, sprinting down the road. The darkness is fully encompassing me now. His yard lights are far behind me. And I just hear, and I'm just like,
Got him.
dude.
got him.
So
We did
with
pumpkin smashing when I was like
oh, that's classic. Yeah.
13 or so,
We
and it
stole
was
the pumpkins.
in my friend's neighborhood.
We would go out and just get into mischief. There really wasn't much to do, and we liked like I didn't want to damage property. We never hurt anybody's cars. We never did that. We never hurt anybody's house. Like we would never break a window out of anything. But we would come and steal the pumpkins out of your yard and then hit mailboxes with them at 60 miles per hour. I remember because there's lots of roads around Lake Hartwell
The
where
mailbox thing, definitely. There's no way a mailbox isn't destroyed after a 60-mile-an-hour pumpkin.
Well, I destroyed more mailboxes than you would believe. We kept count for a long time, but the number has to be approaching 1,000 mailboxes. Like it has to be.
Like, how many people
Because
lived
we
in
go-
your like
that's-
area? Like 65. So you were just
statute of,
they all had
statute
to
of
buy
limitations, but
dozens.
statute of limitations. But what we would do is we would go out with this in mind. Like this was a game we played. Like we're going out getting some tonight. And we would go get our rocks, and then we would drive like half an hour from home to like a neighboring county. Or we would oftentimes go down around Lake Hartwell where there are these it's just these snake. It looks like the roots of a tree, the way those roads work, how they just keep branching off more and more, and there's no return. It all comes back the same way oftentimes. And we just had this idea that like we're so far from the town that if someone calls the cops on us, by the time it'll be 20 minutes before the cops can respond, and the cops are going to be responding to something way back behind us because we're not coming back. We're making a loop through this whole area. And we would take out like 50 mailboxes a night. And I don't mean dent them. I mean obliterate them. And
it's so many mailboxes.
We got good at it. We wouldn't miss. It would like I would throw them on my left out of the driver's side. He would throw them out of
you were driving.
Yes. Yes. We're not kids. We would go fill up with gas for this shit. We'd go to the boat ramp. We'd go to the boat ramps and get those retaining granite boulders. And they're about the size of a small watermelon, maybe a little smaller, somewhere between that and a cantaloupe, I guess. And we would fill my floorboard up with them till our knees were like up high, like we're standing on rocks. And like, I mean, you hit one of
you'd have been so busted if the cops pulled you over.
Oh
what
yeah,
these rocks.
Oh yeah,
I don't know anything about them.
Yeah, it's full on fess up mode. And like we kept escalating like what we were up to. Like I remember one night we stole a shopping cart from like the local grocery store, and I had it in the back of, they got plenty, and I had it in the back of the truck, and we're driving down the road going about whatever 45 50, and I'm like, you drive, because he didn't want to do the thing. And so he drives the truck, and I crawl out the window in the back, like it's a single cab F-150, so there's a sliding window between the driver and the passenger, like at head level. I crawl out that into the rear of the truck while we're driving down the road. And I muscle the shopping cart up over my head going like 40. And I hunk that at a mailbox. And I just remember the sparks and the shit exploding everywhere. Like when you're going 40 miles per hour and you throw something that weighs 40 or 50 pounds, it just has so much energy. It's shocking the amount of destruction you could do with it. And then like we just went up from there. We would go out in those Lake Hartwell, like lake communities where a lot of the houses are vacation properties. So nobody's at home. And I remember they would have the mailboxes for like 30 houses would all be together at the entrance to the road. So you wouldn't have to, so the mailman wouldn't have to go off into a community. There would just be this bank of mailboxes all side by side, just sitting there completely unattended. And I'm just out there. I pulled a mailbox out of the ground. I pulled the whole mailbox, post and all out of the ground, and I'm using it like a gigantic hammer to hit the other mailboxes, just like one after another. I mean,
that sounds fun, man. I wish I would have
mailbox
done more
genocide.
of that.
It was so much fun.
Was.
Like
if only Raja Jackson had used his rage for this instead of what he ended up doing.
Kyle was BB, and those mailboxes were children. And
it was so much, and I remember we went to Home Depot one time, and I was like looking at the mailboxes, and I'm like, ooh, that one's $40. We took out a lot of them that looked like that, and then like the regular ones are like $12. Like, oh, this is adding up to a lot of money if we ever get caught, But I always had that in my head. Like, if we get caught, like, what are they gonna do? Make us work all summer, like, or something to earn back this money? We're teenagers. Like they're not gonna send us to prison.
Deliver the mail, maybe.
Great. I'd be down with that too. I was willing to do whatever they were.
He was a mailbox enthusiast.
Clearly,
don't throw me in the briar patch.
Or
I would do it now. I remember the last time I did it when I was a little too old to do it, and I had been away in Atlanta, and I came back home, and I'm like, hey Scott, you want to hit him up for old time's sake? He's like, man, I ain't done that in forever. Let's go. And we're like 19 or 20, like riding around hitting, and I was just like, I think we might be too old for this, man. He's like, yeah, I think we need to cut it out too.
I think we'll go to big boy jail if we get caught.
yeah. I think there was a couple times when like people would take off after us, like we'd hit a mailbox and they were in their yard like chilling, and you could see them start sprinting toward their vehicle, and like because they're gonna chase us, and that that just made it so much more fun. Like now it's a chase. Now I get to drive recklessly.
Man, I never
To
did.
do.
I wouldn't. I mean, for one thing, like, I didn't get along too well with much. I mean, I hit one of the fucking teachers. I don't think they liked me very much there at that high school.
What
I
did
think
they do to you for you to hit them?
nothing. It was 100% unprovoked. I did it on a dare. I Donkey Konged him. I haven't told you about Donkey Konging Mr. Cawthon.
No,
I don't
tell
think
me
so.
about it.
I got a shop teacher named Mr. Cawthon. He's 6'4", maybe like 160 pounds, really skinny guy. But he's like 40 years old. He's balding on top. He got a real Southern accent. And he's the leader of our shop class. It's woodworking, masonry. We build gazebos for
This guy sounds
auctions
cool.
and stuff. He's cool enough, actually. He
Yeah,
really
right?
is. He was very nice to us despite shit like this. And so there was this rap song that one of my friends listened to. He listened to like underground, like Atlanta rap. And this rapper would always talk about Donkey. In one of the songs, he's talking about Donkey Kong and hoes. And like there's that part of the rap song where they stop rapping and you like hear them smoke like yo, and then they start like talking, yo man, and like going back and forth, and they get in this thing about Donkey Kong and them hoes. And the first guy was like, yeah, man, I just got out of jail because I hit my girl and, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, nah, man, you don't hit those girls in the face. You Donkey Kong that hoe. You hit her in the top of her head so the police don't see no bruise. And it's just a ridiculous rap song about you basically make a fist. And you know how Donkey Kong's got a hammer and he hits you with a hammer. Top of the head. Just top of the head with the bottom of your hand, with the meaty part, not with a knuckle or anything. It's a jolt. Like you're like, whoa, what the fuck happened? And so we were doing it to each other as a joke at first. And then I would just start doing it to random people in the hallways. And it became kind of a joke. I was like, I'll do it to anybody. I don't fucking care. I think it's funny. And they were like, I bet you won't do it to Mr. Cawthon. And I was like, I will fucking do it to Mr. Cawthon. I don't give a shit. And they're like, you won't do it. You won't do it. Double dog dare you, mother. And keep in mind, I'm like 16 years old. And so like, I walk up to Mr. Cawthon's podium as the class is starting, and he's like, you guys get on the masonry, and you need to get on the shingles on the gazebo. And Myers, what are you doing today? And I just went, Donkey Kong, and hit him in the top of the head real fucking hard. I hit him real fucking hard in the top of the head, so much so that he went, ugh, like that, and he just froze and looked at me like with just hate in his eyes. And I thought he was going to hit me, and I was getting ready to fight maybe. I didn't know what was going to happen. And he just grabbed me by the arm. He's like, come to my office. And he told on me. He went and fucking told on me.
Of course he
Took me
did.
to
He
the-
can't let that precedent be set that you
Yes.
rap people on top of the head.
He should have hit me. If to be honest, if he'd have smacked me in the head, like no matter what he did, he could have hit me in any way he wanted, been straight. No
Could
problem
cost
at all.
him his whole career.
Nah, I wouldn't have said shit. So,
Your dad be on his side.
So they suspend me for like 2 days or whatever. And my dad made fun of him afterward. Pussy, pussy. He went so long. There were a couple incidents like that with my dad and teachers. But anyway,
God,
like
what a
yeah,
rabble-rousing little bastard you were.
I don't know why I did it. They were just telling me I wouldn't, and I just knew I would, and they just kept saying I wouldn't, and I was fuck it, I'll do it. I just don't fucking care. The other one was
Oh my
He's
god!
like,
Yeah.
they wouldn't let me stop the car. They kept saying we have to keep going.
One time I was at my girlfriend's house, and she had gone to work, so it just meant like it was going to be a lazy day for me because I didn't have anything going on. I'm at her house all alone, and I think I got it in my head. I don't remember what I was going for. I think I wanted to go to Best Buy and either buy her a new TV because I felt like her TV was too small for me. She didn't want a new TV. She was like, no, that's the perfect size for this room. And in my head, I'm just like, fuck you. You need a bigger TV. I need a bigger TV in your house. We'll swap them out when I'm not here if that's what it takes, but I need a bigger TV. So I just get crazy high. Like I hit the bong like 8 times in a row, just filling it up and emptying it out like as fast as I can. And I'm quick. If you see me reload a gun, I'm pretty. I've done it enough that I'm. All right, we're good to go.
That's quick on the draw with the bowl. Reload.
You can't imagine how quickly I can reload a bowl. All right, it pales in comparison to anything I can do with a firearm. And so I stumble out the door, just blasted, hop in my car, and at the time I had I didn't have like visual navigation. I had that OnStar shit, so I was just like OnStar. take me to Best Buy. And I guess I missed the part where she said the nearest Best Buy is like an hour and a half away because I thought it was right next door. So like next thing I know, and I do mean the next thing I know because time is a little warped when you're that high.
Yes.
I'm 30, 40 miles from her house on Interstate 285, which is a circle that goes around Atlanta. And I'm just like, the fuck has happened here? I'm like, I press the button that tells me how much longer is left in my drive, and it says 2.5 hours. And I'm like, oh no, I've agreed to go to Tennessee. I'm like, OnStar, take me to the nearest Best Buy. And I start going again. 4.5 hours. I got home. I never made it to Best Buy. I never made it.
Just
Went
one
the
take
wrong way
again.
on the circle.
I drove for 4.5 hours touring Atlanta. I know Atlanta.
lovely.
There's no reason for me to go on a tour. I'm like, oh yeah, I've been there before. It's the aquarium. And just around and around the circle I went. I must have done a couple laps around 285. Ridiculous. I got home so afraid. I'm just sitting there in her living room like, never doing that again.
It is
Never doing
unreal
that again.
how much pot messes with your time perception. Like sitting in Colorado when we were all playing Magic, like sitting and looking in between games.
Remembers when Kyle and I wrestled outside of a Marriott,
0-1 outside the Marriott in Illinois.
undefeated outside of Illinois Marriott.
Good times.
That's my entire fighting record.
Yeah, we always had a great time on those trips.
Yeah, it was a blast.
I want to tell the story about that
I'm
involved
gonna look
marijuana
bad.
and an Applebee's, but I'm trying to
wasn't
like
there,
tell
I
it
bet.
without
Let's
upsetting anyone.
forego that one.
Let me
Oh,
tell
wait.
that story in a way
I
that
think I
doesn't.
was there.
Out of an apple at an
I was a
Applebee's.
driver, maybe. Was this a paintball event?
Yeah, I'm going to tell that story in a way that doesn't incriminate anyone,
Okay.
except for myself and White Boy, who wouldn't care. Yeah, so like I found this. We were at paintball, and Woody and I were walking around, and I think I told Woody, I was like, I'd like to find some weed, and I was like, I don't know how to get it though. You know, I've never been here before, and we see this paintball referee, long hair, like down to his shoulders,
I
big
love this.
mustache.
That guy was awesome.
And I walk up to him like, hey man, I don't want to offend you, but you look like the kind of guy who'd know where some weed is. And he goes, hell yeah, brother. And I'm like, all right then. So like it wasn't long before like a 1/4 ounce of white rhino was produced at the hotel. And so me and White Boy are in the back of the van, and Gassy Mexican is driving that thing. And me and White Boy are in the back, and I'm breaking the weed up on a copy of Modern Warfare 2. and as I break it up in little piles, White Boy's rolling up these J's like a fucking expert, just like
Very
origami
quickly.
back there. rolling
Dude,
these
so I
bitches up.
wasn't in this car. I was driving. That was a van, I think. I was driving a smaller car, and like the legend of White Boys rolling made it to me. They're like, oh my god, all the windows were down. It's blowing everywhere. He's rolling. He doesn't lose a seed, like whatever you wouldn't want to lose.
Well,
you know,
don't smoke seeds.
Like you wouldn't want.
He
to
lost the seeds, but nothing else.
look, I'm not okay. Thank you, Kyle. Yeah. He only let the seeds blow, but apparently he was like a savant at rolling these things.
He might have done it a time or two before, and so every time he rolls one up, he passes it to me, and then I light it, I spark it up, and I take a hit to get it going, and then I pass it forward. And because it's just he and I in the very back seat. There's like 4 rows of this van. I don't even know. It's one of those big ass vans.
Yeah.
Nobody can see how much I'm smoking, so I feel like I can take a couple extra hits before I pass it forward. You know, we've got plenty. I
For all
bought the
they
weed
know,
anyway.
he rolled 1-inch buds or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not passing for it. It's just a roach. Really.
Those
Man, White
1-inch
Boy rolls them
buds.
small, but okay, I'll take it's free. So I'm every time he rolls one, I'm going, and then I pass it forward. And so he's rolled like 3 or something like that, and the van's full of people, and the driver's not smoking, just to be clear. And but we're passing them forward, and I am getting rapidly way more high than I've ever been, and I hadn't eaten since like lunchtime, and it's dark, and I essentially blacked out. That's only ever happened to me one other time, but I essentially blacked out and forgot where I was. And
Oh, I remember that.
at the same time, this is fun. It's such a stupid coincidence, but at the same time, Gassy Mexican, the driver, went the wrong way. He got lost, so he had to pull into a residence so that he could like do a J turn and like so he's literally pulling up into the driveway of a home outside of Chicago so that he can leave their driveway and head back toward where the Applebee's restaurant is. Well, I come to right about there while we're pulling up to a house in the dark, and I'm like, where are we? where are we going right now? Whose house is? Where are we going? In my head, I've been kidnapped, and they are taking me to an abandoned house that I've never been before, and I don't know who all these people in this van are. But White Boy was like, no, it's cool. We're going to Applebee's and we got a little lost. It's me and you and look, there's Taylor up there, and Gassy's driving, and everybody else is in the car behind us. We're going to Applebee's to get some appetizers. And I'm like, all right.
Anytime.
White Boy was a good too high tour guide.
He was great. So we get out of the car at Applebee's and we start walking toward the door, and I'm walking right next to Taylor,
so explicit.
and I'm taking these high steps. I'm walking like this.
Oh, this was so fucking funny. His like knees were coming near the chest. He was walking like he was going through a swamp. Like, and we're just on the sidewalk going into Applebee's as he's taking these enormously high steps. Just
Enormously high steps.
Maybe 8 feet coming into Applebee's. And I remember like walking next to Kyle, like we were friends at the time, but not as tight as we are now. And we were just walking next to each other, and Kyle's walking like an absolute lunatic. And I just looked over at him. He looks over at me and goes, "This is the highest I've ever been." And just we continued our way in, and we got in there, and Kitty, we were all at this giant ass table in Applebee's.
Kitty.
And we're all sitting there, and Kitty, being astute, quickly realizes ordering one by one is not an option for this table right now. It'll take forever. Like Kyle can't decide. Lots of people can't decide on what they want. And so Kitty just goes, just 2 of every appetizer. And the waiter's like, what? It's like for you or for, no, for the table, just 2 of every appetizer for the table. And that's what we did. And I think after that, she ordered one more round of every appetizer.
And we worked on it pretty good.
That was suctioned up like through a shop vac immediately. All of those poppers, those jalapeno poppers, all those fucking
mozzarella
skins,
sticks
all
and
the,
onion
the
rings,
chicken wings, the bloomin' onion or whatever their version of it is.
The waitress says, what would you like to drink? And I said, 2 Mountain Dews. And she says, what do you mean? And I was like, I want 2 glasses of Mountain Dew. She's like, I'll bring you a large. And I'm like, well, you're gonna see. Because I'm so thirsty. And she comes back and she gives me this Mountain Dew, and she hands me my Mountain Dew, and she starts distributing everyone else's drinks. And right about the time she finishes handing everybody else their Dr. Peppers and shit, I go, refill? I have just sucked the whole fucking 20-ounce Mountain Dew down instantly because I had such dry mouth from smoking all that goddamn weed. I was just I wanted 2, and so after that, she brought me fucking 2, and I was double fisting those bitches. And I don't know.
I remember being in that van as we were driving on the way there, being like, this is how successful YouTubers behave.
Impressionable young Taylor.
YouTubers. Yeah. I gotta
Pretty
get
much.
by and go to Applebee's.
Yeah, I won't tell the other part of the story, but someday maybe we will, because some other shit happened that was fucking hilarious.
Very funny. Yeah.
I don't even know if I know this. I was in the other car.
Yeah, I feel
Never
more
miss out on the poppers, man.
I feel comfortable telling the weed stories now that like I can't get in any more trouble than I already have. The other hilarious weed story. I went to Vegas one time, and I hadn't smoked in like 2 or 3 months, so I had like no tolerance. And X Jaws was in Vegas at the same time, coincidentally. Like I was there for SHOT Show, which is a big gun convention. X Jaws was just out there, like he was just staying out there with like Lil Wayne's cousin, whatever that rapper's name is. I can't remember what it is. And
Soulja Boy, perhaps.
No.
Oh, it wasn't? Okay.
Like Little Twist or something like that.
Okay.
And X Jaws comes up to my suite, and he's got a backpack, and he opens up the backpack, and he's got an entire quart mason jar full of weed. And I'm like, how did you get that out here? He's like, I just went on Instagram and looked for hashtag 420, and then I just hit them all up. Anybody that had it, I was like, hey, yo, I want it. I want some. I want some. And he had like 3 ounces of weed, you know, like a lot of weed. And he's like, you want to smoke one? I was like, I would love to smoke one. And so he rolls up a blunt, and I'd never smoked a blunt before. For Woody's benefit, a blunt is a blunt is like a small cigar, and the wrapper is also made of tobacco. And so what you do is you cut it down the middle with a razor blade. You get all the tobacco that's in it out. You refill it with marijuana, lick that bitch, roll it back up so it sticks together. Hex is learning too.
Yeah.
And then you have then you're getting a mixture of tobacco and marijuana at the same time. A lot of rappers smoke the things.
That guy that got killed by Taylor did too, right? Mike Brown, maybe? He stole the Swishers. Anyway.
Yeah, that's what he was
like
up
a
to.
Swisher. That's the kind of brand that like people buy to cut open, dump out all the tobacco, and then make a blunt.
We were smoking a Swisher. And so X-Jaws rolls this big fucking thing up, and we go in the bathroom of the suite there next to the door, and he's got his laptop opened up, and he's showing me what he's been up to when he's out there. And I think I've told this little tidbit of the story before, but it's important to know just how stoned we are while this is happening. Like a 12 out of 10.
Live streaming the whole.
No, God, that wouldn't have been good. So he pulls out his laptop and starts showing me videos of what his life is like now. And he's hanging out with this rapper, Little Twist. And Little Twist is like, I guess X-Jaws is holding a video camera, and Little Twist is taking him on like a Cribs style tour of his penthouse suite at one of the major hotels out there. Like he's got like the penthouse of the Rio or something like that. Some $12,000 a night fucking penthouse. And he's smoking a blunt in the video. And I know for a fact he's smoking the same weed that I'm smoking while I'm watching him smoking it, because X-Jaws is providing it. And I'm just like, oh, that's fucking weedception. All right, let's see how this is going. And he's like, yo, welcome to my suite. Instead of saying the N-word now, we say brother. And you go a little bit farther into the suite, and there's a cage, and he pulls a cloth off the cage, and there's a monkey in the cage. And he goes, yo, brother, this is my monkey. And he blows the weed in on the monkey, and the monkey goes, and it's a fucking jumping around in the cage and shit. I was like, he's got a monkey in a penthouse here right now? He's like, yeah, he's got a monkey. And
serious flex.
Right? And we're touring this place, and it's beautiful. It's like something out of a gangster movie or something like that. This huge sunken living room when, you know, the whole walls are glass and everything. You're seeing the whole strip. And you go back to a bedroom, and he's like holding the doorknob, looking at the camera. He's like, you ready for this, brother? Opens the door up. This is my lynx cat. Damn. He's got a lynx. He's got a lynx fucking pissing and shitting in a hotel suite in Vegas. And it's just over there. You know, it's the one with the real tall, pointy ears.
Oh, yeah. Potent like, piss.
It's just like, you can tell it's thinking like, did I kill Little Twist and make it to the door in time? Not today.
Not one, but 2 exotic animals.
He had 2 exotic animals. And it was at this point where I start not feeling well. This is the second time I've ever blacked out in my life.
Did you see Justin Bieber tapes at all?
I didn't see anything. No, I
didn't.
Okay.
A monkey in a lynx?
I did not see Justin Bieber's monkey.
X-Jaws and Justin Bieber were hanging out together
at
the time.
They absolutely
I thought
were.
that there was some video, but I might be making some of that up.
Nothing that I saw. But I mean, I know they were chilling together, and you know, X-Jaws was always telling me about like what it was like hanging out with Bieber and how he was kind of like a spoiled kind of, you know, he'd be like real fucked up laying on the floor, and he'd just yell like, sushi, go get me sushi, and somebody would literally have to run out and get him.
Damn, what a life! That's awesome.
So,
what, that you guys don't do that now?
We do that.
Watch this. Watch this.
It's Postmates. I got to go sit down, man. I open the door of the bathroom, and I take about 2 steps, and I collapse face first onto the tile floor, like whack, and everybody freaks out. They're like, "Ah, are you okay? Are you okay?" And I'm just like, "I'm okay, but I'm gonna lay here for a while. Don't take anything by that, but this floor is real cold, and it feels real good right now.
Yeah.
And I just want to rub my face on this floor." And they're like, "We're going to order you some food." I'm like, "Sounds good, but I'm going to keep rubbing my face on the floor." And I laid on that floor for a long, long time before I started feeling normal.
What happens when you smoke too much weed? I know what happens when you drink too much, and you kind of get sick.
I
was
was
very
going to
nice.
say that you reminded me of what I was thinking. That boss I had that used to be a bit of a drug dealer. I remember he was 28 years old, running this gigantic car dealership. I remember one day I had like pried open the soda machine and I was robbing it of all the sodas.
Oh my god!
And like the one that was like in the car dealership.
What
And
a piece of shit you are.
God, bro, holy shit!
So
Statute of
I
limitations.
was prying open the soda
So I'm
machine.
over here with this crowbar, fucking this soda machine sideways.
You fucking
At my place of
scumbag.
employment.
the place I work.
hang on, let me start over. There was this other guy, this piece of shit. He was robbing a soda machine, and my boss. I
was
saw
watching.
him, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
This asshole.
No, so like the soda man like didn't. I don't know how that fucking locking mechanism works. You know, so you've seen him twist the thing and unscrew. He didn't screw it all the way in, so I was able to like get my way in there, and
That
I'm
guy
robbing
was
the
able.
machine. And it's right there in the showroom. It's not like I'm like hiding this anyway. I'm just like, I've got an armful of sodas, and I'm getting more. And my boss walks out of the bathroom. He goes, "What you doing, Kyle?" And I'm like, "I'm robbing the soda machine."
Not even for the money.
And he's like, he goes, "That dumbass left it unlocked." I'm like, "Mostly I did the rest." He's like, he starts getting up too.
Let me get a Mountain Dew. Fuck it.
Me and this 28-year-old millionaire robbed the fucking Pepsi machine. and I know for a fact he took like 8 drinks out to his car and put them in it before he came back in. And I just imagined like him like wiping his prints off the Pepsi machine before he leaves. Like
He's like calling. He's like, "Honey, I've got great news. I got
That
8
soda
Pepsi
machine guy is
Maxes."
definitely
"Hey, baby,
fired.
I hope you like Sierra Mist. I'm on the way home right now."
Hey, I got 5 sugar-free Sierra Mist with your name on it, baby.
Yeah, no.
Hey, it's like Woody in Mexico right now. It's not always about like the money. It's about the thrill. He just wanted to feel the
Yeah.
thrill of doing something
Mhm.
wrong,
No,
like
I just,
stealing
soda.
from his own soda machine.
I was 19 years old. I wanted those sodas.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, I would imagine that the boss. I don't think the boss would have been taking a loss from that, huh? It's typically a third party.
It has
That's
nothing to do with him. Like,
yeah,
it's
it's not
a
his
corp-
loss at all. It's going to be that guy that gets blamed, right?
Well, don't say that. It's a corporate store. don't make it seem like we fucked over a little man or something like that. I'm sure
No,
someone else
nothing-
made it
nothing
right.
happened.
You know, no, we didn't.
Yeah,
steal
let's
sodas
just
from
hope.
from a private entrepreneurial.
Was it
citizen. That
a was
didn't
it a
happen.
good soda machine? Like, were you getting Sprite, Coke, Dr Pepper, or was it like
Or was it
Sierra
Pib?
Mist, Mr.
Yellow
Bell?
Mellow, you and Pib.
I remember that it was Pepsi. That's all I remember. That it was a Pepsi machine.
Rip.
So I don't remember what was in
That's
there.
not that bad. I like Diet
We had a
Pepsi
Red
more than
Bull-
Diet
I don't
Coke.
like Pepsi.
We had a nice showroom. We had like a really nice espresso machine and like a Red Bull machine and the Pepsi machines and like really nice snack machines that had like cool shit in them. They wanted people to stay in the showroom.
What's that? What are you drinking right now, by the way, Kyle? What's that you
Zero sugar. Dr. Pepper. In kindergarten, I stole a lot. I don't think I understood that stealing was bad. I just think I hadn't been
Baffling.
socialized well, and like everything at our house was mine too. But I remember I stole a kid's slap bracelet. I don't know if you remember those. You like slap it
Yep.
in your wrist and it wraps up on you. I remember I'm in the van with mom slapping that thing, and she's like, "Where did you get that?" And like I don't have a good answer because I'm 5, and I got in trouble for that. And then I stole this kid's hearing aid. I he must have had it out or something because I was at lunch and I was showing some other kid.
That's so shitty.
Yeah, just pretend like it's not. And I was at lunch with this other kid, and I was pretending like it was a ray gun, and I'm going pew pew pew. I'm like holding the little curly part and like the main part, and like acting like it's a miniature ray gun, like an action figure would have. And a teacher walked by, and she's like, "The fuck is that?" And I'm like,
What? I don't know what you're saying.
And again, I'm 5, and I'm not even trying to lie. I'm just like, fuck if I know. It's this fucking cool thing. And I had taken it off the teacher's desk. I remember that. I just remembered where I'd gotten it from. I didn't pop it out of the kid's ear. It was on the child
teacher
side
took
of
it. The
her
teacher
desk.
was like, "Jerry, if you're not,
I think
gonna
the battery
behave,
had
I'm
died
gonna
or
take your
something.
hearing aid."
I think the battery had died or had become uncomfortable for the kid, and she was holding on to it, and it was on her desk, like on the child side, not on the back side. And I scooped it up and I made it mine for a short period of time. And then
I don't remember stealing anything else for the rest of my childhood because those two experiences I got a talking to about stealing and why it's wrong and how other people's things are other people's things, and I got it. But then when I turned 16 and I started paintballing, 9-volt batteries were $9 a piece, and I just stole all the 9-volt batteries that my hopper needed. I just did.
I was 7 years old. And
I get around local ordinance by burning it in my neighbor's yard.
I burn I'm in the city, and I burn all my boxes. That Amazon heap. I wait till the dead of night, and I fill my my grill out there up with boxes sky high, and do the cinders. You see that shit in California, dude? You don't even know. Dude, I was scared one night. I started a fire at like 3 a.m. and the wind was crazy, like 40 miles per hour winds or something. And these cinders, I was looking up at them, and they didn't go out. The air's full of them, and they're landing on the neighbors' houses and in the neighbors' yards.
Don't do this.
And I'm like, I get my hose out and I'm like squirting it over into the other yards where, dampening them.
I love when you do these silly bits that you would never do in real life because it's probably actionable.
Like nothing happened, nothing bad.
Yeah, nothing
got all those boxes
when I
burned
do
up,
it
I'll tell you
either.
that.
And I definitely didn't there was no great trampoline tragedy of 2021. That's a rumor that's not true. We still have it. The grass didn't catch fire, and it wasn't too heavy for one person to move. This is all lies.
That's what they want to tell you. But they're releasing this right after the
trampoline makes an angry black smoke when it burns.
It mixes in with the rest of the angry black smoke. It just goes into nature's dumpster, which is up there in the sky.
Up in the ether. Someone comes to Woody's house, some cop, and Woody's like, I swear to God, you just missed him. This MS-13 agent just sprinted off into the woods.
He's got ice in here, baby.
Yeah, get ice in here. Comb the woods. Find this
MS-13 members burning cardboard boxes.
Oh, MS-13's a terrorist organization now. So are 2 Venezuelan gangs that Fox News, somebody's been whispering in their ears for months. Number 1. Number 2, pizza pie in my eye. Oh, my. Just like.
Kyle, you're muted. That's funny.